What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Jays Digest preview show, where we will be previewing the 162 game season for the Toronto Blue Jays in this live stream. We're one sleep away, folks. One sleep away from opening day tomorrow in St. Louis. I cannot wait. I'm so fired up, man. It's all coming together now. It's all coming together. All the moves that the Blue Jays made. This is the culmination, and we're going to see the finished product on the field tomorrow in St. Louis. Nick, this is just great time to be a Jays fan, man.
Yeah, and it's by far the most hype I've been for a Jays season ever, for as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
Not only because of course, the content side with, the YouTube stuff, but the season, it's going to be exciting. What's up, Fluffy, Owen, Shane? And this will be a fairly quick stream. We don't expect, too many people. It's obviously a weeknight, but we wanted to get this one final stream in before tomorrow's hour-long pregame show, and the season's around 22 hours away, almost exactly 22 hours away when Noah takes the bump. But we'll go over some projections. We'll talk to you guys a bit, and I don't know. I'm just super excited. And tomorrow's pregame show, I think, is going to be very, very exciting. Very hyped.
Yeah, me too, man. And we actually did a season preview not long ago on this channel, and we did some over-unders, we did some individual players, what we're going to expect out of them. But now, as the season finally approaches, we're within reaching distance of opening day. We can fully do this with confidence, and we can kind of gauge what to expect out of each and every player, each and every pitcher. And I think that's what we're going to try to do our best today in today's live stream. So I want to start, Nick, with the over-under win total. And we touched on this in a couple of pregame shows. We touched on it in a couple of videos as well. But with opening day around the corner, starting tomorrow, I think we can safely give our prediction now before it's too late. So the official betting line is set at 91.5 wins, right? And that's super low. The Jays won 92 last year, and I believe they're a much better team, a much more well-rounded team, at least in this season. So obviously I know your answer, but how many wins do you think the Jays are going to get in 2023?
96. I've been
96?
thinking about it for a while. I saw a bunch, and Ben Nicholson Smith did his annual, full MLB predictions, and we'll go into the AL East predictions as well at some point. But I'm gonna go with 96 for the Blue Jays, and I have them winning the AL East as well by 2 games, but I'll get into that later. But 96 wins.
Yeah, I'm going to go, I'm right with you. I think 96, 97 is what we can expect. And if you were to ask me a couple weeks ago, before all the Yankees starters got injured, I would have had the Yankees winning the AL East. And I would have had the Jays probably winning around 93 to 94 games. But now I'm going to bump that number up a little bit. And I'm going to go with the Jays winning not only the division, but also potentially making the World Series as well. I wouldn't go as far as saying winning the World Series, but I think they will match up against the Houston Astros in the ALCS. And once you get there, you give yourself a real good shot.
Yeah, and we can get into our full AL predictions in a little bit, but let's see the chat's predictions now. Yeah, the first pitch tomorrow is 4:10 Eastern, to be exact. I believe it's 4:10 Eastern. And first pitch, which is super exciting, 93.
It'll be a bit later. It'll be a bit later than that, though, because of all the ceremonies. So expect around 4:25.
Yeah.
4:30.
Always, yeah. It's always a bit later. But if you want to tune in for the Blue Jays Central, will be done at around 4. But Davey Boy, 93 wins from 4 people in a row. What's up, Mike? Saying, hey, so excited ahead of tomorrow. Feels like it's been a really long offseason this year. Can't wait to get started. Rachid saying 94. Man, I'm so excited. It feels like Christmas Eve for me. Honestly, I'm more excited right now than I was for Christmas, to be honest with you. Yeah. But I'm just ready. I'm just ready to go, and I don't know. It's exciting. 100 wins from Adam, and we're 24 hours away. Hopefully, 24 hours from now will be the game will probably be over because with a new pitch clock. But actually, no, it's starting late. It's starting late, so probably not. But who knows how fast it'll be?
25 hours from now, I'd say we're gonna get our post-game reaction video fired up and ready to go for you guys. But another thing I wanted to mention here. Yeah. I think I lost my train of thought here.
I got one. I guess we could just
go ahead.
We can just do another over under for
it'll come back.
I guess we can do it for pitchers, and I guess we'll start with Alek Manoah. Let's just go through the 5 starting pitchers ERA quickly, and let's just give our over-under for that, and then we'll move into the rest of the rotation there. So, Actually, what I'll get you to do is give me your ERA from lowest to highest in order from our 5 pitchers. So who do you think will have the best ERA, and then the
Oh, okay. But do you want me to give you an actual
you
figure
can,
or
yeah, you can if you want to do that. But it'll
okay.
be easier for chat
All right,
instead of
so
for all the players just to do it in order if you guys want to do that. And we'll answer your questions in a minute. And again, make sure to hit the like button where it's like Christmas Eve. I'm ready to. I should have done the Christmas lights, but what is your
oh, now
what's your order?
I know what I was gonna say. Opening day is a national holiday for me
Mm,
personally. I don't know about you, Nick, but whenever opening day would roll around, I would just miss school. I would just not go to school. I would watch baseball all day long, and I wish I could do that every day, but unfortunately, I do have other things to take care of in my life. But if I could watch baseball all day, I would. But tomorrow is a national holiday for me, so if you want to reach me personally, don't try to because I will be watching baseball. But I'll answer your question here, Nick.
the order
I'll go from high to low. So I'll start with the highest
being
ERA
the
in the
worst,
pitching staff.
just to clarify.
Yes, exactly. And I'll go with Yusei Kikuchi. I'm going to go with a 4.25 ERA, who is our fifth starter. Jose Barrios, I'm going to go with a 4.1 ERA. Chris Bassitt, I'm going with a 4 flat. Then I'm going with Alec Manoa at a 2.85, and then Kevin Gosman 2.4.
Okay, so our order is the exact same as me. So Gosman, Manoa, Bassett, Barrios, Kikuchi. You could make an argument for Kikuchi and Barrios being flipped depending on how much you trust Kikuchi there. But I think your numbers are pretty accurate. I think Bassett's probably more towards 3.8 for me. But I could see an argument. He pitched horrible this spring, so maybe that's swaying your four a
Yeah.
little. I think it's all pretty accurate. In an ideal world, all of them, there's a chance that all 5 of them pitched below a 4 ERA. There is a chance. There's not many rotations that I think could say that, but I think that the Blue Jays have a very high ceiling, but the bottom 2 floor is a bit scary.
Now, I want to give you this if you're worried about spring training numbers, and we've been saying it all spring long. Don't put too much stock into what we see results wise because it's not really indicative of what's about to come over the course of 162. So I'll give Eric Swanson as an
I
example.
saw that
Okay.
today. Saw that today.
Yes, and I for those of you that did not see it on Twitter, in 5 innings last year in spring training, he gave up 6 earned runs. Okay, 11 hits. He was walking the ballpark. Strikeout numbers weren't exactly there. Then he had the lowest ERA in the Seattle bullpen last year. Okay, so I'm not saying he's gonna pitch to the tune of a 1.4 this season or a 1.3, whatever he was at last year. But I'm just saying that we can't put too much stock into Chris Bassett struggling because Bassett is the exact type of guy that you want to get you through a season. And the one concern I have with him is once we get to the playoffs, what's he going to do there? And that's why this season's success really hinges on a Jose Barrios bounce back, and if he can become that number 3 starter in the rotation come playoff time, because his stuff is infinitely better than Chris Bassett. So I'm not too worried about him during the regular season. I'm worried as to what he can provide throughout the playoffs, but he's an innings eater, and he's going to help the team out a lot more over the course of 162 than he hurts them.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that was a very interesting thing I saw on Twitter. And put my worries to rest a little bit, or more so other people's worries. But let me read some chat here. A lot of people. A question from Chuck that we'll just may as well touch on this now because you weren't here to discuss this in yesterday's video. I guess I'll get your thoughts on the Otto Lopez versus Nathan Lucas thing that happened, and why Chuck asked why they picked Nathan Lucas. And I think I have my answer, and I think there's a consensus answer that most people are going to go with. But I'll get your thoughts on it first, and maybe why you think they did that, and then then I'll read some more of the chat as tons of people are asking questions here.
So I guess the main reason is because they still want Otto Lopez to develop
Yeah,
in the
that's the
minor
reason.
leagues, and the 13th position player won't get too much run time. And Nathan Lucas deserves an opportunity. He's a natural center fielder, so if someone gets hurt, I think you're more confident with him defensively in the outfield. But I do like the upside of Otto Lopez's bat a lot more than him,
Agreed.
and that's probably why I would have edged towards him over for that final roster spot. But Nathan Lucas makes sense, and if someone goes down, there's no one more in the organization that you want playing the outfield than him.
No, yeah, I agree. And also, I mean, you kind of touched on it anyways, but Otto Lopez is young. Lucas is 28 years old, so there's not much more developing. And Nathan Lucas is a primary outfielder and a much better outfielder defender than Otto Lopez. At least you would
Yes.
assume, neither, but because Otto Lopez is a primary infielder. So Maybe this also means that they're not going to want to use Merrifield as much, or maybe Biggio, depending, in the outfield if a major injury happens. But who knows? I don't know. I want
I
to
don't
ask
know.
John Snyder, but obviously we can't do that because and no one really. I'm surprised none of the reporters really asked about it because nothing came out about it.
Well,
But
I'm sure he's being real coy about it,
mm,
and he doesn't want to give too much away before the season starts. But I would probably think that Kevin Biggio and Whit Merrifield get the majority of the fourth outfielder reps just because of that logjam at second base. You rather have their bats in the lineup as opposed to Nathan Lucas, and unless all three of your guys get hurt, then you could basically stick them in left field and it wouldn't hurt you too much defensively. So
and also I
I
guess
think they would lean towards the other guys. Yeah.
defensive replacement makes a lot. You definitely would rather have Nathan Lucas out there than Kevin Biggio, and Whit Merrifield probably as well. Nathan Lucas is a very good defender, so maybe
Like
that's why.
In a Zimmer, Jackie Bradley type role.
Yeah,
Is what you're saying?
with a
I
bit
could see
better of a
that.
bat, hopefully, than Zimmer. Caribou saying, anyone else feel like a kid on Christmas Eve waiting for tomorrow? Yeah, I said that like 5 minutes ago, that it feels
Oh
exactly like
yeah.
Christmas. It's super exciting, and I'm just trying not to think about it too much because the more I think about it, the longer the time is going to go, and I have a super busy day tomorrow. So I'm hoping that
Mhm.
it feels like Christmas Eve. It literally feels like, and we had a stream on Christmas Eve, and this stream feels just as I feel just as excited. I feel ready to go. All the talk, all off
Yeah.
season. It's been months of just talk, and now we're finally, well, I guess one day away from the beginning of hopefully a World Series run. And I think it's the year.
Yeah. I'm naturally a late sleeper. I'm
Me
a
too.
night owl,
Me too.
so I tend to go to bed pretty late, around 2 a.m., 3
Yeah, I
a.m.
went to 3 yesterday, and I
But
had class at 9. It was rough.
But dude, I don't think I'm going to sleep before 5 a.m. today. I'm just too excited. I'm too excited. And I want to wake up and watch baseball
Me
at
too.
12. That's what I want to do. Okay. Now I want to fall asleep at 5. I want to get my 6 hours of sleep. I want to brush my teeth. Then I want to watch some baseball, man. That's all I want to do all day. And during our pregame show, I'm going to have the TV on in the background.
Yeah, me too.
No sound, no sound, but I'm going to be watching TV. I'm going to be watching those teams go at it. And probably even after the Jays game, I'm going to be watching baseball as well.
Yeah, and we're gonna have, again, if you're new, or you didn't catch it, we'll have an hour long pregame tomorrow. At least an hour long pregame. It'll probably be, depending, we might start a little bit early, but an hour long pregame covering everything, and we expect a pretty good turnout for that stream. It's the first regular season game,
And
so
Chuck with a great question here. Did you see the documentary
I'm
on the
gonna
Blue
watch that
Jays?
tonight. I've been planning to watch
Dude,
that
it is
tonight.
amazing. You
Is it
need
on?
to watch it.
How long is it?
If you It's 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tonight.
If you're not fired up enough for tomorrow, watch that. I'm telling you, that's like better than any substance that you'll ever put in your body. It's amazing. It got me fired up for tomorrow, man.
I was.
I might watch it again.
Uh,
And I saw it last night.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. Like when I'm doing before I go to sleep, I'm just gonna watch it, get amped up. And in some years, as a player who makes the opening day roster, was sent down fairly early. Yeah, last year, Kate, what was his name? Kato,
Gosuke Kato.
Kosuke, yeah, just under him. Um, do you think the Blue Jays will trade Aurelvis Martinez or another prospect for a closer, reliever, maybe a starting pitcher? I think it is very, very possible that they trade one of a prospect at the deadline for someone like that, especially if they're in it. Though I don't think it happens until around the deadline. That's my take on it. I don't know if you're. I don't think they make any major
It
moves
depends.
now until the deadline. But
It really depends on how the rotation's doing. If Jose Barrios just can't figure it out, I mean, that's a problem that you're going to have to deal with for the next 5 years as well, because you signed him to that monster contract last season. But if Yusei Kikuchi can't figure it out, then you can't go through the whole season with just 3 starters. So I do see them either calling up someone, forcing them into a role that maybe they don't want to force them into, i.e., like a Ricky Tiedemann, unfortunately, or trading for someone, trading one of your top end guys like I don't know, Brandon Barriero, or another top 5 prospect for some immediate rotation help. And that's not something that the Jays want to have to do, but it might be something that they're forced to do if their rotation is not up to par.
yeah, I agree. Someone mentioned, I forget who it was. Someone mentioned Christian Pache. It was Shane saying Ruffer Pache should have been obtained over Lucas. Lucas not going to succeed in the 26-man role. Interesting. I know
He
Pache.
signed.
Yeah,
He
Pache
signed
got
Pache
traded. It was
to
it was like a weird. It was essentially a signing, but
yeah.
it was a, yeah. today. The Phillies got Christian Pache, so that's obviously out of the question now. But yeah, no, it's going to be very interesting. And something I should have gotten before the stream was the screenshot of someone tweeted it of the first 10 games that opposing pitchers the Blue Jays will be facing. I don't know. You probably saw it on Twitter as well. It was floating around there.
I did see it.
I would have got that up there and we could have predicted our wins and losses for it. I might actually try to do that. But either way, we can. What we should do if you're a longtime watchers of our channel, or you went back to our original post game videos. I know Peter, you remember this. We would always at the end of the video do our predictions for like the next few games or the series at least, saying like 8-2.
That's true.
So we'll do
Only
that.
the OGs know that.
Yeah,
Only
really
the
OGs. I don't even know if we were getting like 40 views a video max back then.
For good reason.
Yeah, it was rough. But we'll do that for this. We'll give our prediction for the first, I say, 2 series. Well, let's just do that now. May as well do that now. I'll let you start.
Yeah.
Who's our second series against? I know our home openers against the Tigers.
3 games and then 3 against the Royals. 3 against the Royals.
Okay. So I'll let you start. So for the first 6 games, or you can go all the way and do, I guess it's a 4-game homestand against the Tigers then? Or is it
no, 3 against the Tigers and then
3
3 against the Rays, I believe.
Okay, let's go with the first 3
look
series. Yeah, look it up to make
I'm
sure
gonna
I'm
look
in
it
the
up.
chat here.
Okay.
Oh, and just pop in and say hi, boys. Hope the stream goes well. Staying focused on pre-choosing my fantasy picks. Yeah, if you are a member and you're a part of the Jays Digest Fantasy League, the draft is tonight in about an hour and 20 minutes. So we're super hyped about that. Davey Boy saying, not confident that Kevin Biggio will remain with the team all year, but I could totally be wrong. I agree with you. I'm not confident in it either. I could see him going. Chuck saying, will you guys stream during Jays Central or before? So that's a great question and one we're going to get into today, and we'll just give you guys some insight. But before we do, let's get to 15 likes.
Yeah, I got the 10 games here. Okay. So the first 3 series are on the road before they head home to face the Tigers in their new revamped stadium. So, oh, nice. I love it. I love the Flames.
My things weren't working, but I fixed it.
First 3 games against the Cardinals. Next 4 games against the Royals, and then the next 3 after that against the Angels before they head home. So that's 3 series in those 10 games. So 3 against the Cards, 4 against the Royals, 3 against the Angels. What do you think their record is going to be?
7-3.
7-3. Okay. So what against the Cardinals? You have them.
We're gonna go
2-1.
I'll do I'll just go with. I should have done that first. So yeah, I'm gonna go with we sweep. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go with sweep the opening day series. We lose 2. Yeah, bold. We lose 2 against the Royals, and then we sweep the Tigers. That's
okay. You mean the Angels?
Angels.
You sweep the Angels.
Angels. Yep. Angels.
Okay, I'm gonna go 6-4
to
open the season. 6-4. I'm gonna go with 2-1 against St. Louis. I'm gonna go 3-1 against the Royals, and then 1-2 against the Angels.
I like it. I don't know why. I have a weird feeling we're gonna lose a couple of to the Royals. I don't know. I feel like that's a Jays thing to do.
To the Royals? No. I think they play well in Kauffman Stadium, but they have one game in the series where they just blow it all up.
Yeah, okay.
Where they just can't figure it out. So I'll give them 3 out of 4 wins there. I'll give them the win in the opening series.
8-2. That's what I meant to say because my
8-2.
Well, I mean
okay,
my
right,
my double sweep and then 2-2 would make 8-2. Good catch, Shane and Bro Steph. I'm being very bold today. Yeah, 8-2 is what I meant. 8-2.
I think they lose that series against the Angels because Ohtani is lined up to pitch.
Yeah,
and so is Patrick Sandoval. So might be a tough matchup.
And I'll also I'll touch on the Blue Jays Central stream debacle there for our pregame show. So for our pregame show on tomorrow, we're going to be doing an hour long. So that's going to run through Blue Jays Central. Now, feel free to go into Blue Jays Central if you want rather than one. It's your choice. That's all good. But either way, we're going to be doing an hour long one. But for the regular season, and we should ask them this question because Peter, I did it on a live stream where you left early a while ago and you weren't here for it. So we'll ask them again now. And I don't know what your thoughts are on it, Peter. So do you guys want us? Our plan is, do you want us to do our pregame show 30 minutes before Blue Jays Central, which then leaves you guys with Blue Jays Central before the game? Or do you want us to do it the exact same time of Blue Jays Central or like 20 minutes before Blue Jays Central or whatever? What would you guys prefer? And Peter, I don't know if you have a preference. I feel like it depends.
I got a preference.
What is your preference?
It's during Blue Jays Central. And I mean, you won't get the same coverage on Jay Central as you will on here. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Now you can
Maybe
watch
they got
both.
better insight.
You can watch
Maybe
both.
they got better insight, but there's no commercials here, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just 30 straight minutes of breaking down the Jays, and it's more interactive as well. You can be heard
Sure.
on the Jays Digest pregame show. You can't text Jamie Campbell and have him answer your question on air. It just doesn't work like that, unfortunately.
So we'll see what you guys say. And again, it's
um,
at the end of the day, it's up to you guys. If you guys really want to watch Blue Jays Central, we can do a split thing like 20 minutes before. But I like going into first pitch as well. I think it usually benefits that. Just do it.
And what if we can't be there an hour before the game, but we could only be there like it just works closer to game
saying
time.
do it 30 minutes before the game starts. Yeah, I agree. And honestly, if you're watching Blue Jays Central, you can just still tune into ours and ask questions while you're watching Blue Jays Central. That might be a routine for a lot of people. And again during the commercials, unless you get ads on YouTube, but they're only like 15 seconds. And Blue Jays Central is like 3 minutes. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I really watch Blue Jays Central. Perfect. All right, sold. We'll do it during Blue Jays Central until.
Settled.
I like the first pitch
Settled.
overlap too. Yeah, we tend to get into. Now I don't know how much first pitch overlap we're gonna have anymore.
Not now.
We're gonna have to be
Not
right
now.
off the money,
Not
but we will
It might
for.
happen.
I'm sure throughout the season for sure. But for the first bit, let's hit the 20 likes. My buttons aren't working, which is unfortunate. But let's get the 20 likes. I like Toronto fan with this roster hurts me. I like the roster a lot. Okay, where were we? I guess we should. I usually stream games off my phone from a stream website, so I don't see Jay Central anyways. Perfect. Don't work around Jay Central. Do your thing. Consensus. We're in. 30 minutes for the game. Tomorrow though, we'll be an hour long. So we'll have a full on.
You get 2 Jay Central.
You get 2, 3
tomorrow.
if you actually watch Jay Central. Really, because you get 3 30-minute slots. But I guess
Should we
2.
do over under home runs, Nick?
Yeah, sure. We can do that. We can do.
I'll set the lines. I want you to give me over unders.
Okay, yeah, do that.
So we'll start with 1 through 9. What we think the opening day lineup
I have
is
this
tomorrow.
picture here as well. If you want to use that, I did get the luxury of having that here. So that's the entire roster. So you don't have. I mean, we can go through everyone if you want.
Well, okay, let's go with tomorrow. What lineup
we know?
we're gonna
I think
see.
we know what lineup.
And also, we predicted that same exact lineup on a video a couple of months ago. So
yeah.
If you're doubting what kind of sources we have, don't do that because
we did predict the exact lineup.
We know something that you don't know. All right.
We don't, but we're just
it's probably
we got lucky.
No,
but
it's not true. But,
what's up, Mario? All right, give me your over unders for home runs.
All right. Okay, so George Springer 26.5.
And chat, play along. Say over under for these. That's already. I feel like Springer's one of the tougher ones for some reason because you never really know how many he's gonna.
Got to stay healthy.
I'm gonna go over. I think barely over for George Springer.
Okay, I'm thinking 25. 25 home runs and 20 stolen bases.
I like it. I was gonna go 28, which means your line was 28? Perfect. I mean, your line was right on the
okay.
money, so.
Okay, so number 2, Bo Bichette. This is gonna be a higher line, 28.5.
I like over again.
Yeah, I think he hits 30. I think this is the year that he breaks out and hits exactly 30.
Okay, we're on the same page so far.
Now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
It's going to be
30...
Over.
37.5.
Over. I think he crushes it. I think it's like 48.
Over? 48?
I think it's a crazy year for him again.
Wow.
I think it's a 2021 year for Vladdy.
Okay,
I wonder what the line is on betting books for him. It got to be like 38.5, 39.5, something like that, right?
I think it's 36.5 for Vladdy.
I like the over there.
Yeah.
I like the over. Chat's going. We'll cover your guys in a second. I'm just going to keep going through these. And so,
Brandon Belt.
Was yours over Vladdy as well, or?
Yeah, but slightly over. Like I'm going 38. 39. Belt, I'm gonna go with Vladdy 53.
I like it, Mike.
From Mike. I hope you're right.
Vladdy way over.
I hope you're right. Okay, Brandon Belt, I think 12.5.
Over. I think definitely over.
Okay, fine. I'll change it. 15.5.
I think still slightly over. I think he hits around 16, 17.
Really? So this is the greatest offensive lineup
Yes,
ever,
that's what we're getting at. That's what we're getting. At least home run wise, I'm liking. Yeah, now that I think about it, I think Belt hits around. I think the line I had was 17.5 when we did it like a month ago or whatever. But
yeah, I just don't. I don't see him. I don't see him playing enough to hit that.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go under.
Okay.
Under 15 and a half, but over 12 and a half.
I think
That was
Bell's hits
too
like
low.
18, maybe 14 makes sense. Anyways, yeah, we'll
Okay.
see.
Kirk, 15 and a half.
Under. There we go. My
Me
first
too.
under.
13. I'm going
I
to
like it.
13
I think
for
12,
Kirk.
12, 13. He just doesn't really hit for power that
12.
much.
And he doesn't have to,
Nope.
especially now that he's out
Playing
of the 4
less too.
spot.
He's gonna play less as well.
Doesn't have to.
He's gonna play
Yes,
less.
yes. 53 for Mike. Wow, I love it, man. I love it. Dalton Varsho, 27 and a half.
I'm gonna go under.
Me too. 25 for me.
I'm gonna go. I think he hits around 24, 25. I don't think he has as crazy of an offensive year as people might be thinking from Dalton Varsho.
But I still think that's very good.
Oh yeah, I think his OPS
25.
plus will be 110. But I think that he hits
110?
around ish.
Okay.
But I just
I
think he
like
hits around
that.
25 home runs. These lines are good. I can't think fast enough.
110
It's
OPS
tough.
plus. He had a 107 last year.
So slightly
OPS
better.
plus.
I think slightly better than last
So
year. I just don't think it's going to be a crazy jump.
So more contact and more walks for Varsho is what you think.
Yeah, definitely a bit
I agree.
higher on base. I think it was very low last year. I think that'll.
It was 302.
Yeah, I think
It was
it'll go up to maybe
302 last year.
310-ish, maybe 315.
Okay, I like it. I like it. So next, Matt Chapman in a contract year, 24 and a half. They have a lot of power, man. They have a lot of power on this
I'm gonna
team.
go under.
I'm going over, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
slightly.
just gonna push around that. I'm gonna say 24.
Push. Okay,
That's
okay.
so hard.
I
Chapman's the one guy I have no
It's
clue.
hard.
I have no clue for Matt Chapman. Like
You just don't know because he can get hot.
Yeah.
man. He can get hot.
I'm gonna go over. I think he hits over. I think like the way I'm saying this means we literally have the best offense in baseball history. But like 8 guys with over.
Yeah,
But I mean,
yeah,
it's
okay.
possible.
All right,
We have the
Barry
deepest
Fields.
lineup in the MLB, or one of them.
I agree. I agree. They're
Maybe
up
the
there. They're
deepest.
top 3 for sure. They're top 3 for sure. Now, okay, we'll go with Whit Merrifield over 8.5.
I think over. I think he gets like 13.
I think he hits 8. I think he hits 8.
Yeah, I don't.
Just because of the
tough one.
playing time.
Espinal
Just because
too.
of the playing time, man.
Yeah, probably
All right,
under.
number 9, Kevin Kiermaier, 12 and a half.
Under.
Under
I
as
think
well
it's like
for me.
8 or 9.
Now we'll go with the bench bats. Danny Jansen, 14 and a half.
Oh yeah, that's a perfect line. Over, I think barely. I was 15 or
Over.
16, maybe even 20 though. Maybe I'll go over. I think over.
Jay's gonna have 6 30 home run players.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Okay, Kevin Biggio
Under.
over 5.5.
Oh, I just said the under before you. I'm under 5.5. No, over.
Okay.
I think he can get like
Es-
10.
Espinal 7.5.
Under. I don't think he hits like any.
Me too. Under.
He had less playing time than last year, and I don't know how many he hit last year.
Yes.
But-
Who else? Nathan Lucas,
I mean, what, like
2.5.
Yeah, under. But I mean,
Really?
I
I don't know. I'll give him 3. I'll give him 3 bombs.
What's up, Doltremist?
I'll give him. Give him
Kiermaier
3. Come on.
20. If Kiermaier hits 20 home runs, he's gonna be the best center fielder in the league. Well, that's not true, but one of them.
No. There's a guy named Mike Trout that
Yeah.
plays, and Julio Rodriguez as well.
Espinal 0. Sorry, I'm late. No worries.
Espinal 0.
Espinal 12. SB under. Lucas under.
That's just disrespectful, man. That's for 0.
Shame.
Come on, dude.
Lucas gets more than Santi. Ooh, he may hit 3. I wonder. There's no
I'll
way.
give him 3.
There's no way. There's actually a Nathan Lucas line for home runs, though, right?
No.
There's shot.
No.
All right, let's transition into around 5 or 10 minutes. Then I gotta head out. I got some school and stuff to do. But let's do our
Bullpen? You want to go bullpen?
let's quickly do bullpen. Then we'll do our AL predictions, and then we'll wrap up.
Okay.
Bullpen.
Go for
I'll let you make the lines. I like your lines. Your lines are great right now. Do you want to do just ERA, or do you want to just what? Is there a way you want to do it?
Okay, I'll give you a different prop for each player. All right. Okay, Jordan Romano. We'll start with him.
You do saves.
Over under 73 and a half strikeouts.
Oh my god! I thought you were gonna say 73.5 saves. I'm gonna go with how many did you have last year?
around
60
that.
highs. Yeah, I'm gonna go over. I like the over on Romano strikeouts.
Over.
I like, the over.
I'm going under.
I like his
Under
over.
a little bit. Eric
gas.
Swanson over under 2.3 ERA.
Over.
Over. Me too.
I think like
Slightly
2.6, 2.7 for Swanson this
Slightly
year.
over.
Slight regression,
Jimmy
but
Garcia.
go ahead.
Jimmy Garcia. Whip. Over under 1.1.
Under slightly. Like
Okay.
1.0,
Me too.
1.08, I think is around where
Me too. I was gonna say the same thing.
I like that
That's
for
like a
Jimmy.
safe number.
Yeah, it is.
Tim Mesa over under 3.3 ERA.
Slightly over. I think 3.5.
Slight. Okay.
But he's also gonna be putting a lot less leverage, way less leverage. So
Anthony Bass over under 2.7.
ERA
Yeah.
slightly over.
Really? I'm going under.
I think like a 2.8 for Bass. I think both.
Okay.
I think
All right.
like I think they're both Swanson and Bass going to be under 3. I just don't know if they're going to have as elite of seasons as last year. Though
Yeah.
I'm going to take that back. I think one of Swanson or Bass has a below a 2.3 ERA. I just don't know which one.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So let's get into our AL.
Let's quickly do Chad Green.
Chad Green. Okay.
Just ERA.
Over under 3.2.
Under. I think he kills it.
I'm going a little bit over just because he's gotta get back in a rhythm. So I think those numbers might not be too great early on, but we'll go into our AL predictions now. We could even do NL maybe if we got time, but we'll start with AL. Who's gonna win the AL West? Give me your AL West standings, I should say.
I'm gonna need you to do that first. I need to think about this. I'm sure you've thought about it more
Okay,
than I have.
so last place, obviously I'm gonna go with Oakland. I don't even think they're going to win 50 games this year. I think they're awful.
Oh yeah, horrible. One of the worst franchises in MLB history. Sorry.
Oh
If
yeah,
you're an Oakland fan.
yeah. Number 4.
Okay, I think
this is a really good division.
I got mine. I'm gonna go with
really
Oakland. I was thinking like, I'm gonna go Oakland, Angels, Texas, Mariners, Astros.
I'm going Angels 3, Texas 4.
Okay, so just the same as me, just switch Oakland and Texas.
But I think
Angels and Texas.
I think those top 4 teams are going to win 85 plus games.
It's gonna be a stacked division. I think it's gonna be more stacked than the AL East. Hot take.
I think so too. But I think Texas is going to miss the playoffs despite winning 88 games. Because we gotta remember that now you only play 13 interdivision games as opposed to 19. So you don't have to play those stacked divisional opponents as much anymore. You still got to play them quite a bit, but you're playing every team now. So you got games against bottom feeders all over the league. So that's why I think they're going to be stacked. We'll move on to the AL Central now. Not a great division. I think there's a consensus winner. I got the Cleveland Guardians taking that division. I don't even think it's worth going over the other teams. I guess maybe a battle for second place between the White Sox and Minnesota, but not much to really talk about there.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just Guardians, Twins.
Guardians and then garbage.
Guardians, Twins, White Sox, etc., Tigers, Royals, I suppose.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
One quick thing before we do finish this,
go ahead.
I just want to throw this out. Give a line for Ryu innings pitched. I'll just to put a wrap on that last topic.
Okay. 24.5. Is that a good line?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
or should I go higher? I don't know.
I'm curious. I know Rich Sheet wanted us to do that. I'm gonna go with over a little bit, maybe like 28 innings, but like there's a chance he doesn't like pitch any. Jays beat the Astros in the ALCS. Yeah, once we finish this over under, we'll quickly speed through it in AL. Actually, no, you keep going. We got to keep going. So I got to go. Let's finish up the whole.
All right. So AL East, give me your standings before I.
Okay, I've thought about this a lot, and I think I'm even more confident in it now. So we're gonna go Blue Jays 1, Yankees 2. I think the separation between those is 3 games max, 3 to 4 games, very close. I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay 3, Boston Red Sox 4. Sorry, Orioles 4. Got mixed up there, and Boston Red Sox finished last. I don't buy the hype. However, I considered switching the Rays and the Red Sox actually, and putting like the Rays 4th and the Orioles last. I considered that, but I trusted the Rays, so I left mine as is, which was like I said.
I never doubt the Rays. I
Yeah,
mean,
and that's
they
why I put
always
them
find a
third.
way to
That's why I
win.
put them third.
So I'm gonna have the same exact top three, and I think the same way as you do. I think the Jays and the Yankees are separated by maybe two, maybe three games. So it's gonna be real close at the top there. But I'm
Who
gonna
do you
go
have
with
first?
the
Sorry,
Red
the
Sox,
Jays.
Jays,
Okay, so you changed. So
Yankees.
you put the Jays first now.
Yes, yes, just because of the
I
Yankees
agree.
injuries.
I agree.
But if their rotation was healthy, I'd still have the Yankees at number one.
Fair.
I have the Rays at three. I have the Red Sox at four, and I have the Orioles at five, just because I don't like the pitching on Baltimore. I like their lineup is better. I like their young players a lot better than the ones on Boston, but I don't think their pitching is good enough, and that's why. I mean that their starters are really bad, like really really bad.
Yeah,
Who's
brutal.
their opening day starter? I think
Lyles,
it's
maybe.
Gibson. It's Kyle
Gibson.
Gibson. He's awful. I mean he's not awful, but he's not an ace. He's not an
They
ace.
are a rough go. A lot of people are saying everyone here got the Jays. Of course, it's the Jays channel, but Jays number one. I think. And I was looking at some other people's predictions, even non-Jays fans, and of course Ben Nicholson Smith. I think this is the first year that Ben Nicholson Smith that I've been following on Twitter that he put the Jays number one, and he has the Yankees going in
Yeah.
the wild card. And I mean, it makes sense given all the injuries. All right, let's move on to the next division here. You can pick it.
Well, that's it. So we'll move on to the playoffs
Oh
now.
yeah, we don't need
It's
to do the
those.
NL. We don't need to do
Yeah.
the NL. Yeah.
Okay, so who are your playoff teams? There are six playoff teams. Who do you think makes the playoffs?
Uh,
Obviously, the three division winners. We got the Astros, the Guardians, and the Blue Jays. So who are your three wild card teams?
I haven't thought this far through. I'll let you. Let me ponder. I'll let you start.
Okay, I'm gonna go
I think I have.
Seattle.
Okay, that was my. Okay,
I'm
I
gonna
agree. I agree.
Seattle. I'm gonna go with the Yankees, and I want to go with the Rays. I really do because
Copying
I
good
think
old
they're
Ben
so
Nicholson
good,
Smith's.
man.
Oh, that's what he has too. I think I agree.
I think they're so good, but I think I'm gonna go with. I think this is the year of the Angels. I think they make it this year. Like they can't they can't miss the playoffs again. They just can't. Their owner is gonna make the right moves at the deadline to do whatever he has to do to keep Otani. So I think Yankees, I think Seattle, and I think the Angels make it.
I'm gonna
With
throw
the
the
Rays
Rays.
slightly
Yeah,
missing the playoffs
it's
by a
close.
game.
Someone Red Sheet has the Rangers. I can see a world where the Rangers make it. Even on WFN they pick the Jays. Let's get to 25 likes as well. We're five away. Shout out to the 50 in here. It's exciting time. Yeah, I agree. I'll say the same teams, but I'll just go with the Rays instead of the Angels to switch it up. But that final wildcard
Yeah.
spot's impossible for me to even
It's tough. It's
remotely.
very wide open.
So I
Very
guess
wide
we'll go
open.
with
So
Yeah, go ahead.
so let's go with our playoff matchups then. All right. So we'll just do that. We'll wrap up with our playoff
Yep.
matchups because I know you got to go.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll say the Rays are in instead of the
Sure.
Angels just because they've been there before and it makes it easier for us to plan. All right. So uh, who finishes with the worst record of the three division winners? Probably Cleveland.
Yep.
Cleveland.
Definitely.
Okay. So then the Jays and the Astros get the bye into the ALDS. And then you have Cleveland. Let's say the Rays are wild card 3.
Okay.
They're the worst wild card team. So a rematch of last year's wild card series. Got Cleveland and you got Tampa Bay.
Okay. We'll just go quick.
Got
I have
there.
Cleveland winning.
Cleveland again.
Like even if it's
Okay.
against the Angels, I got Cleveland winning, so it would play the same.
Okay, so who has more wins, the Astros or the Jays?
Astros.
Astros.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means the Jays would match up against Cleveland in the ALDS, and then Houston will match up against the winner of
Which will be the
Seattle
Yankees for me.
and the Yankees. The
Yep.
Yankees?
So I
Okay, so
have
Houston.
Houston beating the Yankees, Blue Jays beating the Guardians. I have the Blue Jays beating the Astros in 7, and then I have the Jays losing in the World Series to I don't know yet. Maybe the Mets.
I have the Jays losing in 6 to the Astros in the ALCS, and I got to see a little bit of baseball before I can crown the Blue Jays as world champions. But I'm going to go with them losing in the ALCS, and then Houston against the Mets,
I like the Mets
sweeping the
too.
Mets.
I
In
like the Mets too.
although the Mets, I don't love their lineup, but I like their pitching a lot, so
I
I'll
think
give them the edge.
I think the Mets. I think the Mets make it this year. I really do, and I also
I just
think.
don't want the Braves to make it because the Braves are starting to like get a bit tired for me. I don't love that franchise,
Nick St.
especially as a
Blada, hello
former.
guys. What's up, Nick? And again, if you
Yeah,
guys are a part of the fantasy league, 30 minutes, sorry, 1 hour until the fantasy
let's
draft.
go, baby.
Super excited,
Let's
and
go.
ALCS Astros versus Jays. Astros in 7. I mean that's fair. I'm just going with the Jays because I'm a homer. Realistically, if the Jays and Astros match up, you'd assume the Astros are the favorites, but who knows? This will be so long away, and I guess it's a good way to wrap it up. And Peter, do you want to have any final words? As this is our final stream of the off season. Until tomorrow, it's officially no longer the off season,
Yeah.
and it is the regular season. I just want to thank you everyone for the support throughout the off season. It helped it go by
Yeah.
100 times faster, and we gained a lot of new fans over the however many it was, 3 or 4 months there. Over 6,000
Yeah.
new fans. So
It was a long ride. It was a real long ride, and usually just as a fan before we started this channel, I mean, I find the off season to be the longest months of the year for me, just as a baseball fan in general. And it's hard to get through because you're grasping onto that little bit of news that comes out every couple of weeks, and then you're finally looking for things to be excited about. But I mean, there was nothing to look forward to in years past, but now, I mean, we had this going, and we couldn't have done it without the support that you guys have provided to us. I mean, all the all the donations and all the just the support that you guys give to us. It allows us to invest the amount of time that we do into this, and I could not be more thankful for each and every one of you that are in here right now, each and every one of you that have taken the time to like, comment, subscribe, or reach out to us personally. It means more than you'll ever know, and just thanks to each and every one of you. And tomorrow it's all for real. We get to do it, and no more waiting around. The real thing starts tomorrow, and I think it's going to be a historic season for the Blue Jays, and I hope you guys follow along each and every step of the way.
yeah, I agree, and yeah, everything you said, the support's been great. And these streams, we did all the pre or most of the spring training pre games, and they started to get super boring for the end. And now we'll never have a boring pre-game.
No.
Hopefully, again, maybe at some point through the year there'll be a couple of boring series, but there's no boring baseball. Thanks for making spring training fun. Rachit, that means a lot. Just hearing that was the goal, making spring training enjoyable for everyone. Thanks for the stream, and I don't know, it feels kind of exciting. It feels super. Shout out Queenswood Automotive again for supporting the channel as that little car pops in, but.
Yep.
It's yeah, we couldn't have done any of this without you guys, and it's gonna be a crazy year. Maybe we'll look back to this exact stream in a few months from now, or 8 or 9 months from now when the season's done, and be proud of how far the Jays came and maybe how far we've came. But yeah, that'll wrap it up. I gotta go do some schoolwork, and I guess we'll see you
Thanks,
all
guys.
tomorrow. We'll be live at get my head mixed up. What time, Peter? Because the time zones are different.
Three o'clock.
3 Eastern.
3 o'clock.
Well,
Eastern.
Yeah,
Three.
Yep, you're right. 3 Eastern will be
3
live, and we'll be live all the way up until first pitch, where the journey begins. But thank you guys for watching, and I know a lot of you guys are excited. We're excited too, and we'll see you in
We're
tomorrow's
excited.
video stream, or in the fantasy draft tonight if you're in that. But hopefully you all are able to sleep well, and tomorrow's gonna be the big day. So take it easy.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.